investor. So my name's Ken Finnan. I'm known as a Series 7 Whisperer. My channel is. And I'm here to help people pass the exams like the 7 and stuff. But this is really just to let people know what an accredited investor is, because since that ruling, I've had tons of phone calls, emails, probably a couple times a week, asking how they can become one and if I can help them. So let's get into the whole thing and knock out all the misconceptions. I don't know if you can hear that, quite the storm that's going on. And if I'm talking weird, it's because, well, my teeth are just screwed up. And I can't get to the dentist for another week or so. So I'm just going to have to deal with it and hope you don't see me spit my teeth out. Now, back into this. So what is an accredited investor? So there are definitely definitions for the accredited investor. So let's start with the one thing. If you have a net worth of $1 million, net worth of $1 million, not including your house, you are considered an accredited investor. If you're single and you make over 200 grand a year, and it's happened for the last 2 years. Now, it's interesting when they look at it, they don't say if it's like March and you're on your paycheck, you're going to make over 200 grand a year. You need to have made it already. So you can't be like, oh, I'm tracked to make 200 grand. They're going to do it on the day you do it. Have you made 200 grand a year for the past 2 years? So if this is your second year making 200 grand, you have to wait until you actually hit 200 to be accredited. Or if you're single. If you're joint, married, it's 300 grand. Now, the both don't have, it's one of you, between the two of you, there has to be 300 grand in income. Income doesn't have to be salary. It could be any kind of income. Next, this is the expanded one. If you have the Series 7 exam or the 65 or the 82 in good standing, that means with a firm. So if you have the 7 or the 82, it must be with an actual broker dealer. The 65 has to be registered in the state, usually under an investor and advisor. There are loopholes about having a sole proprietorship and being one, but literally you have to have the license and it has to be held and registered by the state. Now, we also have pods. So if the partners, officers, and directors of the firm they're trying to buy the shares of, they are considered accredited. Any kind of entity like a firm that has investments of over $5 million, they're considered accredited. You're not going to care about these as much, but it's good to know. Any LLCs, general partnerships, corporations, trusts with assets over $5 million are considered accredited. Any entities where every equity owner is accredited. So if all the owners are accredited, then it's accredited, even if they have less than 5 million. Oh, I did that in there. Good. Now, any investment advisor, broker-dealer, bank, insurance company, investment company, business development company, I probably didn't write it here, all of those are considered accredited. They really, really expanded the definition, and that is it. That is what is accredited investor. Now, let's say you're going to invest in a private placement. They're going to make you prove this shit to just get the information, okay? Just to get the information, probably you're okay just saying it. But if you want to actually invest, there's going to be an administrator who's going to check your shit to see if you're really accredited. So let's go over some of those things. I'm going to add one more thing if you have a trust, okay? So say this is a trust that you want to know if it's accredited or not. If it's a revocable trust, all the grantors, the people set it up, have to have basically greater than $1 million net worth, or the trust has $5 million in assets. If it's irrevocable, then the trust just has to have $5 million in assets. So literally, if you have a revocable trust, all the grantors have to be accredited investors, okay? And having a greater than 1 million in net worth, okay? Or the trust has 5 million in total assets, either one. So those are entities that want to get into private placements. A private placement, again, is a Reg D. There's different levels of it, but for the most part, to buy a private placement where the company is selling directly to accredited investors, they're going to ask for some proof. And here we go. Okay, so here is a list of stuff they're going to need from you, okay? This isn't an all-exhausting list, but this is probably the most common, right? Okay, first of all, they're going to need some sort of documentation for the past 2 years, consecutive years. If you're single and your spouse earns all the money, as long as one of you earns enough for the 300 grand, you're good to go. If you're alone, 200 grand works. Now, and again, it's for the past 2 years in addition. Now, if your spouse, like this says, does not have your same last name, they will have to, whatever that person has the money, you're going to have to show some sort of marriage license or something to show that you're part of that. Okay, so they're going to want W-2s, 1040s, that's your tax forms. The K-1 is if you're in a passive investment, stuff like that. Now, they cannot accept, usually they won't accept your boss saying, hey, don't worry, he makes 200 grand. They're going to want some sort of an official pay stub, okay, within a verification letter, an employment verification. But again, they would much rather have W-2s, 1040, stuff like that. But if they take a pay stub, they're going to see some sort of engagement letter. Now, remember, Remember something. You have to have earned it by that year for that year to count. So again, if it's June and you've only earned 180, you're not over yet. You need to get up above it before they look at you. They're going to want some real hard evidence. They are probably, if you're doing the net worth evidence, they're going to be probably a soft credit pull. They're going to do a credit check to see that, and they're going to want to see both your liabilities and assets, right? So liabilities are what you owe. So if you have 1.1 million in cash, which would be good, but you owe 400 grand in shit, it's part of your liability. But the good thing is, usually, since they don't count your house towards your net worth, they won't count the mortgage. That'd be kind of unfair. So they want to see all your liabilities, credit cards, debt, everything you have, and that's going to reduce what your net worth is. Because remember, net worth is assets minus liabilities. They're going to be looking at bank account statements, brokerage statements, audited financials if you're a firm, stuff like that. If you're looking for the licenses, they will independently verify your 782 or 65 through FINRA. It's not that hard. Brokerage check is a whole thing. Now, if you want an attestation of your net worth, it has to be done by someone who has a license, who has something to lose if they lie. A licensed attorney, CPA, investment advisor, or broker dealer. And it has to be notarized usually, because they want to make sure that the person is liable if they're lying. So they want you to lie. So remember, it's just the high level stuff. 1, 2, 3 accredited. 1 million net worth, 200 salary single, 300 if you're married. I joke around, I say miserable, but I'm not going to do it at the time. Oh, I did it. So whatever. Entities if they have over $5 million, broker dealers, IAs, any partners, officers, directors of the actual company that that are issuing the private placement. That's good. You can always say you're accredited, but before they let you put your money in, they're going to verify it. So that's it. It's not that big. It's not that big a deal. And all it does is allow you to buy in private placements, and it puts you on a higher level. So like on a small issuer, what they call a regulation A, you're just being accredited allows them to offer you more sophisticated investment. Okay, have a great day. And if you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, and share this shit to people. Adios. I'm muted. You can't hear me because I'm muted. I was cursing my storm. Look at the fucking Yankees kicking the shit out of the Orioles. I love it. Okay. Now, happy Tuesday. Welcome. It's May 12th. We're going to get some. Graham, hit the questions in. I love it. Don't do the math questions. Yeah, I fucking did math questions already. Boom. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these questions, guys, remember something. A lot of the vendors ask questions that are not testable on the real exam. Okay. First of all, a couple quick things. If you need a new vendor, check out Achievable STC. I have links in there. You get discount codes and all that stuff. Also, I have a link for Securities Institute of America. If you're running out of questions, go there. There's definitely some questions. They're legitimately hard. And his green light exam is fucking hard. If you can pass the green light, you're going to pass the exam. If you need tutoring, check us out at Series 7. Well, you can do it at series7exam.org or Capital Advantage Tutoring or capadvantagetutoring.com. And if you need tutoring, it's me. I have 2 tutors. I have a third one onboarding in about 3 weeks, depending on a couple of things that may happen. And then if you just need help on how to study, check out Jeff down here. He does a nice study plan for you and all that shit. Last thing, if you don't like my style, then you think, yeah, I'm funny to look at and all that shit, but you don't want to spend the money with me, go check out Michael Weiss at series7examtutor.com. He's solid shit. Okay. Good stuff. Let's go. Okay. Boom. There you go. Thank you, Billy, my man. Billy, I like that you're at a place where they're going to sponsor you. I expect you to see in my weekly membership groups, baby. Also, don't forget down there, the Facebook group, the best Facebook group in the world on FINRA NASA stuff is FINRA and NASA Exam Test Prep Network. You got to go in there, answer a question or two just to make sure you're not a bot. And we move on, baby. Good stuff. Okay. And we are in our own head now. Okay, let's go. Okay, Graham, hit the questions. Okay, Patrick. That is outstanding. Okay. I do have some tips. That's what she said. Okay. But you should be super happy, right? This is awesome.
I want to take me to Funky Town. Want to take me to Funky Town.
Patrick Loveyberg. Okay. So here's the deal in this, right? So let's think about this for a second. You're studying for the 66. The best thing I can do the best thing I can do is read the fucking book. Read the book first. Read the book first. Then go back. This what my new thing is, because Achievable does this thing called spaced repetition, which I think is great. That's why I think Achievable teaches this shit better than anyone else. But here's what happens. You learn it, and then a couple days later, you learn it again. So here we're going to do. Read the chapter first through. Don't take any notes. Then go back and read the highlighted words, like the units. Not the whole thing, but read the headlines. If you understand it, move on. If you're like, wow, I don't remember that, read it again and then move on. It's a spaced repetition. Now, and I would not do quizzes until the end, but just hammer through. And don't forget, normally we have Thursday nights, but this week, we're doing Wednesday, not Thursday. Do you know why? I'm going to Panama, baby. I'm going to Panama. Boom, baby.
How long have you been holding that one back for?
I've been holding that back for about 10 minutes now. Okay. It took me a while to find it. Okay. Not that hard. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to Panama, not China this week. Trump decided he didn't need to go to Xi Jinping. He decided he needed me to go along. He's got his son in Witkoff or whatever it is. Okay. Let's go, baby. Okay. Now. Yep. By the way, Billy Violet is in the other room, baby. She's sleeping. She's getting old. Okay. I'm not sure she's making that out of 2026. Okay. Graham, do not worry about that. So don't worry about the formulas. But the ones you might need to know, okay? The ones you might need to know, okay? Again, I don't think you have to learn a lot of them, but I think you might need to know some. Is, can you do PE ratio? Sure. Can you do earnings per share? Sure. Can you do current ratio? So let's see. P ratio is price divided by earnings. Earnings is earnings per share, which is earnings divided by outstanding shares. Dividend ratio is dividends paid divided by earnings per share. If you hear the word multiple, they're talking about the PE ratio. If you hear the word liquidity, it's usually the current ratio, which is current assets divided by current liabilities. Anything with liquidity is usually about the current stuff, like working capitals or current assets minus our current liabilities. I know you're hidden behind that. Okay. So now current liabilities, current assets minus current liabilities is your working capital. Remember, what is current assets is anything coming due that you have or coming due in the next year. Current liabilities is anything you owe or you owe within the next year. So like a bond is not a current liability. The annual interest payment is. Okay. She is a sweet dog. Okay. Josephine? Oh, were you asking about before? No, we're live now. I just do that one video ahead of time. That's all. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, Graham, you got to turn on notifications, right? So, Graham, turn on notifications because again, since I'm not going to be around, I'm either going to do it Saturday or Sunday, depending on when we're busy. So either our membership Zoom group is either going to be Saturday or Sunday. I didn't do it Sunday because it was Mother's Day and I did want to stay married. So I kind of a thing. Okay. Actually, she would have been fine with it, really. But it was good to hang out with the grandkids and stuff like that and watch a lot of lacrosse games. So it was good to get to watch them with my son came and everything. So yeah, if you're going to do the membership stuff, come on. Just make sure you have notifications on. And every day, check the post tab. If you look in posts, that's where I post this shit. Okay. Okay. Graham, we can do this. Okay. Graham Cracker, we got this. Okay. So now, what's the difference between immediately recognized retail correspondence and institution? Okay. First of all, if it's sent to 25 or less clients, it's retail and it's correspondence. Sorry, let's start over again. If it's sent to 25 or less individuals, then it is correspondence and you just do a spot check and review. If it's sent to more than 25 retail clients, it is retail and needs pre-approval and possibly filing with FINRA if it's a mutual fund, CMO, DPP, option, or future. If it's to institutions, it's institutional, meaning if it's sent to registered reps or a bank or a hedge fund or a pension plan or insurance company, any of these institutions You do not have it's just institutional. You do not need to get it pre-approved. However, if you happen to think that they might actually send it to retail people at some point, then you have to treat it if it's retail and get it pre-approved. So retail is more than 25 pre-approved. Correspondence and institutional, spot check and review. And on the retail side, you may have to file with FINRA if it's an investment company, CMO, DPP, option, or future. They have to file with FINRA. FINRA doesn't approve it. You just have to file. Not harder than that. If it's a seminar and more than 25 people come, it's retail. Now, if it's purely oral, that's what she said, then you don't need approval. It's just reviewed after the fact. Okay. You can hit the margin and option stuff, but I'm warning you, I don't do a lot of option questions on here. I don't, because I have a membership, and the way I do options is way different than the stupid T-charts everyone does. Not stupid, the T-charts everyone does. I think they're old and antiquated, but it's fine. And I think my big thing is they take too long to learn. Literally, if you join my membership for the $24 a month, you learn the options within 20 minutes. You're like, holy crap, options are easy. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to touch NVIDIA. I remember I'm going away, so it's going to cost me a lot. And I'm saving for a wedding now. So I'm either going to have to go YOLO into NVIDIA and hope they do well or not. Okay. Okay. Billy's the best. Once he passes exams, I'm going to have him be a moderator of my Facebook group. Okay. My last 5 exams, 80, 83. Okay. No, you're good. You're fine. Graham, if you're scoring that, as long as you're not memorizing, you're fine. Look, I don't love Kaplan is not my favorite. I'm telling you right now, Kaplan is not my favorite. It isn't. I think the questions are too convoluted, but if you're scoring in the mid 80s and you feel comfortable and you did well on my 2 brutal exams, you're ready to go. That's the thing, guys. Don't forget, I have 2 really good brutal exams. Which if you're taking the 7, which will give you a really good vibe on what the questions will look like. It's not actual questions on the exam, but it's definitely it's as close as you can get to the style of the test. Okay. Inelasticity of demand. Okay. Elasticity and inelasticity. Okay. So that's interesting. It's on the 3. Okay. So now, it's on the SIE also. So elasticity means how much the demand drops based on a rise in prices. So prices go up, the demand goes down, but how much? The more elastic it is, more it goes up or down. The less elastic it is, the less it goes up and down. The demand goes up and down. So like concert tickets are inelastic because it doesn't matter what they fucking charge, people go, they sell out. Tutoring, pretty much inelastic. Okay. I mean, I've raised my rates and I haven't seen a big drop off, but maybe it's because I'm the shit. College books are inelastic. I don't even know what would be elastic. Like maybe a car, maybe cars, maybe a car that you cut rising the price of demand drops, people start doing used. Okay. Do you think the cars for cash thing destroyed the used car market like 10 years ago? Because I thought the cash for clunker thing, where they bought all those old cars and it took a lot of the used cars off of the market. And then all of a sudden the only thing left is new cars.
No.
You don't think so?
Not at all. The cars that probably went to, what was it called? Cars for what? Cars for
cash for clunkers.
Cash for clunker. It's probably like a car that can't move out of your driveway, and they give you a couple $100.
Could be. I don't know what it was. I didn't have any old cars at the time, so okay.
I mean, think about it. Are you gonna really donate a car that's worth $20,000, $15,000?
Cash for clunkers are temporary. It had a modest environmental benefits, temporarily boosted auto sales and production, and slightly tightened the used car market, but its long-run macro impact was small. So, okay. So it created a sharp short-term spike in new vehicles, hundreds of thousands of extra transactions while the rebates are available. There you go. Okay. It took out, do you know how many cars it took off the market? Take a guess.
Million?
Close, 700 grand. Okay, moving on. But anyway, inelasticity means that the prices don't move even if you raise prices. So if you raise prices, the demand doesn't drop. And if you're and to basically that's what elastic means. The more elastic it is, the more you raise prices, the more the demand drops. Okay. Okay. Okay, Josephine. Okay. Where are my markers? I cleaned off my desk, so then I don't know where half my shit is. Okay, here we go. I'm leaving for Panama, so I had to clean out all this shit. Okay, now. I can't wait. So if I buy $15,000 worth of stock, and I deposit how much? Why, yes, $7,500. That means I borrowed $7,500. Borrow is my debit balance. DB, debit balance, what I've been debited. I owe $7,500, right? Now, if you have dividends, so if there's $80 of interest on it, so now it's $75.80 because you owe more, interest charges you. But then you got $110, then minus 110, that should be what, $74.70. So your new debit balance, let me clean it up. So again, we start at 7,500. We add 80 in interest, so we're now at 75.80 because you owe more than we have, right? Then we also got a credit for dividends, minus 110, so that should be 7,470. So now we have 7,470. That's all it is. So remember, the dividends reduce the debit balance. The interest increases because remember, this is about what you owe. It's not what you have. Your debit balance is what you owe. That's it. Not too shabby. Okay. Okay. James Lee, I think I can try. Let's see what happens. Okay. So hopefully, Josephine, you got that. Okay, now, I'm not too far, but I'm only about 15 minutes behind. So remember, kind of take a look at when you ask your question and see where I am, and that'll tell you how far you have to go. I'm usually pretty good at catching up by no later than 11 p.m. or midnight. I'll be caught up. Okay, so now, variable annuity. So first of all, the one thing I say all the time, an annuity pays until you die. Insurance pays when you die. That's the big thing. So annuity is retirement income that pays until you die. Insurance, it pays out when you're dead. So you don't receive the insurance money, your family does. So when you die, they get a check. They call it an economic benefit. But now, a variable annuity, it's a retirement account, a shitty one, but it's a retirement account. It's non-qualified, the money goes in after tax, which means you pay tax on it. It grows tax deferred until you're either 59 and a half or you withdraw it. If you withdraw it before 59 and a half, you pay taxes plus the penalty. If you wait till 59 and a half or higher, you pay just the taxes of ordinary income. Now, you can annuitize at any time. So you can dump $1 million into an annuity and start getting paid right away for life. You can do that at any age. But remember, life insurance, you put the money in every month, you're paying a premium. You don't get to take it out. There is a cash value. You're not really supposed to take it out. And when you die, your family gets a check. That's the big difference, okay? Now, on a variable annuity, it grows, say you're 59 and a half, and then they decide to get paid. You want to just get your paycheck, okay? So you take your 100 grand. They're going to take the 100 grand and say, oh, we think you can live for 20 years. They're going to pay you 100 grand divided by 25 grand a year, give or take, every year. Okay? If it's a fixed annuity, that number never changes, okay? If it's a variable annuity, that number goes up and down based on how well the sub account goes. Now, I'm not going deep because this is the SIE you're talking about, but understand the difference. Now, you're getting paid every year. If it's a variable, it goes up and down, beats inflation. If it's a fixed, it's going to get destroyed by inflation because the number never changes. So every month you'll get a different number in variable annuity. Every month you'll get the same number on a fixed. One quick thing. If you put money in a variable annuity and it grows tax deferred, when you take it out, some of it's taxable, some of it's not. That's the big thing. They're both insurance products, but one pays when you die, one pays until you die. Okay. So Josephine, does that make sense? What I just said, I hope it does. Okay. Okay. Morgan, I told you, I love it. I'm telling you, I am brilliant. No, okay. No, you know what it really is? I'm such a bad motherfucking option trader. I've been trading options since I was 16. I tried to get Jeff into it, and I almost blew up his retirement account. But I understand them. I understand them. So what happened was, and then I finally got a way to figure out how to make them look the way I look them, and it's simple because I'm a dumbass. I need things simple. That's why whenever it goes, what formulas? I don't do formulas. I'm smart enough to know that if I understand something, then I can work through it. Like when I show people my membership classes, I do the membership. So Morgan, if you really like it, you can always up it later and meet. We meet on Sundays and Tuesdays, right? The group classes. You don't have to. The more if you're good with the options, and don't do any more. It's just I need it to be simple. Okay. Like when we try to do formulas, somebody showed me a really hard option question in the class today. And I go, okay, we can try to do formulas. Let's just walk through it. It was like long stock, shorter call, shorter put. And it was super complicated, but we just learned to break it down and rip it apart. And we got through it. It actually becomes a very easy question. So remember, on the exam, you always have to say, there is an easy path out. Remember that. There is always an easy way out. Okay. Dear good. What do you mean the BPS, the break point? Yeah, I do the math. Gear grinder. I do the road for the spreads. If they do T charts, it's bad. But I don't use that way. I mean, I will. I mean, I can obviously do it. It's just I don't. I don't know the way I don't know how the Merrill Lynch does it. But Gear Grinder, it's $24, right? If you join in and you like it, it's great. And I have videos where I just do questions over and over and over again. I'm actually doing another one with just options that's going to go in that membership tab that you guys can just practice single all the way to hard options. Instead of my options Armageddon, it's another one. Okay. And another one. And another one. Okay. Now, yeah, I just do them where I find the break even, then figure out the gain or loss from there. That's probably the same way. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling Merrill Lynch took it from me, baby. Okay. So okay, let's make sure we got this. So everything changed a little bit, Billy, since you did it. So the memberships are this. We meet for the 7 at 6:30 and 7:30 on Sunday. 6:30 is FINRA, options is 7:30. Then we also meet on Tuesdays at 7 in the premiere thing before the live. Until lacrosse, because I'm coaching lacrosse, until lacrosse is over, my Series 65, 66 is Mondays at 6 and Thursdays at 7. But it's not going to be this Thursday. It's going to be tomorrow, because where am I going? I don't know if I can do it. Panama. Hold on. I can't get it. That's where I'm going. So I am not doing that. Okay, good. I'm glad, by the way, I'm not doing this on Instagram because my daughter watches and she doesn't know yet. Okay. So guys, if you see my daughter, don't tell her. Okay. Gonna roll back. Okay, we go. You got Graham, put on the posts, baby. Check the posts every day. Check them remember, it's probably going to be Saturday this week, but on Saturday, right around 5 o'clock, put on posts and turn on membership. You'll see it. If you have the $34 membership and it's because of, not through Apple, but remember, if you did it on your iPhone, that 34 is actually the wrong one. Actually, it might work. Just make sure you check the post tab or shoot me a text. My cell phone's in there somewhere. Okay. Let's go, Billy. Okay. Lillian, you have to, okay, you need to check the tabs. I tell everyone, if you don't have notifications on, you might not see it. As I say all the time. Oh, look at Billy. So
Billy would be correct.
Yes, I believe it. Okay. Now, Laura, stay on there. Now, Lillian, you can't judge if you don't have notifications on. This is the thing. When everyone goes, I didn't get my notifications, blah, blah, blah. It's because of two things. One, they didn't get notifications on. Two, they signed up on a different membership than's attached to their emails. It's going somewhere. So remember that it always goes somewhere. I guess it's a home run, baby. Okay, now. Boom. Okay, run scored. Now, you gotta check the post tab. So understand, if you're doing the 65, 66, it's 6 p.m. on Mondays and normally 7 p.m. on Thursdays. That's the premiere one. It is now this week going to be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Check the post tab. There's a tab on my channel that says post. Click that button and you'll see all the posts. Do it around 5 o'clock and you'll see it. Okay. Okay. Oh. You want to try this, Jeff, or are you too tired?
The mind's still going. Don't just go
Okay.
by the outward appearance.
Okay.
Okay. I'll start off with this. If anybody to me who scores in the high 60s means that obviously there's a couple questions, but you studied and you know the content. I think you cannot score a 68 and not know the material.
Right.
So where do you go from here? Maybe you were going a little quick. Maybe you misread a couple questions. Maybe you got a tough exam. Could be any of those things. But, do not get discouraged by the 68. It's a good thing. Unfortunately, you have to take the exam again, but you know that you're extremely close in my mind. So what do? Yeah, you go back, you reread the book, you take the practice quizzes, and you take the practice exams. Always answers off, always scoring 75 to 80% on the practice exams. If you get anything less than that, go back to that part of the chapter. You can do Control F. You can look for the particular chapter. If it's chapter 6.8, read the couple paragraphs. It's a page or two. Just read it. You don't need to reread the entire chapter, but just learn it so that you can understand the question. If you do understand why you got it wrong, move on, keep going. But I think to keep going, take the test again in the 30 days when you can, when your window opens up again, and you'll be good to go. You just keep going. It's a 68 is not, it's not passing, but it's not a bad thing. You did the work. Now it's just reading the exam a little bit differently. Just be careful when you're reading the questions.
Okay.
What do you think?
Outstanding. I love it. I agree with everything.
All of it.
Okay.
But
So
don't assume you're getting the same questions.
What?
Do not assume you're getting the same questions.
Yeah, 100%. You will not get the same questions. Absolutely. And by the way, Laura, which test was it? Okay. Hold on. Tonight is Series 7 and SIE and FINRA. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. is the 66. It's either 9 or 7. I have to figure out what I'm going to do. It's one or the other. It's either 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to do the 65, 66 tomorrow. Okay. Oh, good, Josephine. Got it. I love it. Okay. Morgan. Mutual funds. Okay. I would watch the videos on the mutual funds. I have some good videos. If you go in my 7 playlist, there's 3 videos. One, intro to mutual funds. There's one with mutual funds and annuities. And then there's one where I compare open-end, closed-end, ETFs and ETFs and ETNs. That's the best way to learn this shit. Because right now, doing this now, just keep in mind a couple of things. Mutual funds, you buy them at NAV plus a sales charge. The sales charge can't be more than 8.5% of the POP, not the NAV. When you buy it, it's forward pricing. You're buying it, and if you buy it at 3:58, you're getting 4 o'clock. If you buy it at 4 o'clock, you're getting tomorrow's NAV, not today. When you sell it, you get NAV. There are 3. Again, I'm just doing high level shit. When you go into a mutual fund, there are 3 ways to go in. 3 ways. Okay. One is Class A. Class A is you pay a front end sales charge. You also get break points. Okay. Front end sales charge. You get break points. The more you put in, the less you pay. So and they're very low ongoing fees. So long-term, a lot of money. A shares is best for long-term and a lot of money. B shares you pay when you leave. And every year, it's called the CDSC, contingent deferred sales charge. The longer you stay, the less you pay. Okay. Then the last one is C shares. Okay. C shares, seashells. C shares, you pay no sales charge going in or out, but you pay a very high 12B1 fee called a level load. You're paying like 1% every year. That's for short term. So again, A is for long term, a lot of money. B is for midterm. Money doesn't really matter because it's been how long you stay. And then C shares is for short term, under like 4 or 5 years. There's a lot more to it, but that's the biggest gist. And they're actively managed. Okay. Oh, and that's the other one. We also have the membership. You're taking the SIE at 7 p.m. on Zoom every Wednesday. If you join the membership, which is $5 a month, less than a cappuccino, a frappuccino. I have a guy, Michael, who teaches a Zoom class every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's pretty good. Okay. Okay, real nice guy. Stay there. Okay, hold on. So, okay. DJ Cash, DJ, baby. You should be fine. Be confident. If you've done my 2 brutal exams and I do have another one coming out soon. Okay. Third time taking the 7 on Monday. Stay calm. Make sure that it's on Sunday. Don't do any tests. Go over customer counts. Go over if you have Kaplan, I think it's chapters 13 and 14. Just do a quick read. Make sure you got on options. I assume it's a 7. Oh yeah, it's a 7. Do a quick review of mutual funds. Make sure you're good on that. You're ready. You're in good shape. Okay. Look, it's fucking tough. Have you applied to Schwab? Have you applied to Fidelity? Have you applied to Vanguard? Okay. Where'd you used to work? RBC?
And UBS.
Right. So UBS is hiring. I mean, they may make you move to fucking Tennessee, which not a bad place to move to. But they have some wealth center thing. It's the management wealth center thing. They are hiring.
There when I was there.
What?
I don't think that was there when I was there.
No, it's newer. Because I remember about 8 years ago, this guy Justin, great guy. He asked me to run the licensing program, and he said, "But you can't tutor anymore." So I told him my number, and I said, "That's the number that I have to do." And he goes, "Okay, that's not happening." So now he goes, "I think we won't need a licensing manager." So, but the point is, they're hiring like crazy. I mean, they're not crazy, but they're definitely hiring. Schwab is hiring, Vanguard is hiring, Fidelity is hiring. Real nice guy. We're gonna get there. I love the fact that you have all those licenses. They will help, but it takes a while. It's a fucking pain in the ass. And again, if you do hashtag Series 7 exam on LinkedIn, I think you see a lot of people looking for trying to hire people. Now, some of them want the 7, but even if they do, email them and go, "Look, I have everything else. Can I take the 7? Will you sponsor me for the 7?" They might go, "Yes." Like what they're worried about is if they go, "Oh, you need the 7," and you have no tests, they're looking at 4 months before you can do anything. But if I would study for the 7 while you're waiting. But if you can get a job and you go, "Look, I have the SIE 63, 65 already," I think it should be easier to hire. Even a place that says you need the 7 to be hired, reach out to them anyway, because you have the hardest exams done, some of the hardest ones. So the 6, 7 you should be able to do in the first shot and within a few weeks of starting. Okay.
Oh, look at this. Look at can I put something up there?
Yes. Okay.
Look at this.
Crime Girl, we'll be back. Hold
on 1 second. I want to. Look at that.
Look at that.
Helping people out.
Look at that. Connectors, baby. Your Grinder's a good guy. Okay.
We need less of this and more of this.
I love it.
It's one of my favorite scenes.
What's that from?
In Good Company.
I've never seen that movie.
You can see the scene on YouTube. The guy comes in and this company takes over like a newspaper company, a magazine company,
right?
And they're a technology firm. And the guy that's working there a long time is a salesman. And he's like, "Wait, I don't get it." Guy's making like this crazy elaborate speech with drama and lights, and he's like,
"Right,
Are we selling computers to people who read sports?
Well,
What is this? And the guy goes, we need less of this and more of this.
I will look for it. Any famous people in it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I forgot who the actor. You'll laugh. That's that scene that I'm telling you about is
Okay.
on YouTube.
I will definitely look for it. I'll look for the whole movie. I have a long fucking flight. Okay. There we go. Crime Girl, baby. Oh, hold on. Oh, I'll get Brian. Don't leave. Okay. You probably left her. It's been half an hour. Okay. I'm way behind. I'm telling you, it's starting to click, and she's showing up on the Wednesday class. She went from like the 50s to high 60s in a week or two, and she's going in on that SIE class. It's really helping. Mike's helping them out a lot. Okay. I'm telling you, they are. I'm telling you, these options videos will. The options is one of my favorite, and I'm creating not a Armageddon 2, but I'm creating a options tsunami. Okay, whatever. Spread tsunami. No, it's really just options tsunami. No, so whatever it is, I can't think of a word. Okay. I can't think of another word. So a typhoon, an options typhoon. Okay. Anyway, there's going to be more of those, which I love. Okay. Brian Hendrickson Motors. I love it. I wish I had a car thing. Okay. Oh, here we go. Baby, après ski. Okay. I love it. Hope you're still here, Brian. Congrats. Okay. Look, okay. Oh, okay. 10 days. So let's talk about 10 days. Tests every single day. Thank you. I see that. 10 days every day. I would take a test every day, but not the day before the test. Make sure you review the shit out of it. Make sure you review the right and wrong answers. Always. Watch my stupid videos, okay? Anything if you get anything, if you get something wrong, don't just look up the explanation. Find it in the book. Control F. It's going to help you a lot.
The week of the exam. Do you advise taking an exam every day?
Every day, but not the day before. But not two. Every day. Every fucking day.
One exam.
One a day.
So if you have an exam on Friday, you do exams till
Wednesday.
And what do you do Thursday?
Thursday? Get drunk. No. Thursday, you read customer accounts, you go over videos, maybe you want to do a little mini quizzes on stuff that you're not good on. Review, go over your notes, shit like that, and stop around dinner time. And if it's the SIE or the 7, read customer accounts the night before. If it's a 65, 66, you want to read trust, estates, and joint accounts. And if it's a 6, same thing. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to have class on Sunday. It's either going to be Saturday or Sunday. You need to turn notifications on or check posts at 5 o'clock on Saturday or 5 o'clock on Sunday. Because we're either going to meet 6:30 Saturday or 6:30 Sunday. I'm not sure which because it's a different time zone. They don't have they don't move for the time thing. Okay.
So you're not sure what time it is there, are you?
What?
You're not sure what time it is there.
No, I think it's an hour behind. But my wife said, you better make sure. Okay. She says, because I'm going to be teaching on Saturday a little bit because my older daughter's coming down with us. And then she's flying back on the red eye Saturday. We're staying until Tuesday. And I just upgraded my tickets to business class coming home because I'm not in the mood to be sitting in fucking steerage.
You're a businessman.
Yeah, well, barely. Okay.
You drinking champagne, private jets.
I know. Well, my daughter, when she worked at Bridgewater, everyone went down. They used to go to Australia 3 times a year, right? First class, 10 of them every time. Do you know what first class on going down Australia is?
10 grand?
19. Now it's 25.
25,000?
One way.
Round trip?
One way.
No, get out of here.
It was 18 grand back then. You get a fucking cabin with a shower.
25 grand each way.
They didn't care. Australia was their biggest customer, probably about 100 billion out of their 160. So what are they? They're charging fees. They don't give a shit. But they will go down there for a month at a time. But still,
How much is a regular ticket?
I don't know. It's probably a couple grand. I mean, it's a 20-hour flight.
Yeah, it's good. It's long.
I mean, I got to think if you're flying in first class, you don't really give a shit that it's a 20-hour flight. There is no way that you do not get. I mean, there's a TV, there's a shower, there's a fucking bed. It's like just living in an apartment for a day. And she said there was a bar on the second floor, everything. So
I flew first class one time, like 25 years ago, from Puerto Rico to back to the Northeast here.
right.
It is such a difference. It was a real first class. So it wasn't like
Not the local first class. We just
no.
get
There's one flight a day. Somehow we were on it. It was the same price as the other. It just so happened. But wow, what a difference!
I haven't done the first class international yet because I heard it's amazing. But I did when I went down to Florida. I did the first class. I'm like,
That's just extra leg room, and
it's
an
just
extra big.
it's perfect because dinner.
Yeah, and yeah. Oh, it was first class is incredible. I don't know if it's really worth it, but you know.
No. If you can afford it, it's worth it. Although now there's this JSX thing that you for like an extra $100, you're basically on a private plane.
I say
it's like 25 people on the plane, but it's like almost all first class.
I don't indulge in a lot of things, but if I hit the lottery, I'm flying.
There'll be
private.
signs.
That's it. Not even beyond the car thing with me. I'm flying private.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you.
Just to pull up to that plane, throw your bags on the plane.
I know. Well, that's what this JSX thing is. I'm going to try it next time I go down. It was $350 for like whatever, $550 for this, where there's like 15 people on the plane, and they're all big seats. You fly up in the back, you park your car there, you get on, and you literally walk up to the fucking plane.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I want to be on a plane where I have to duck to get on. Okay, now. Okay, real nice guy. Hold on, let's get into this. Okay. Hopefully Gear Grinder and you can hook up. And if you can't, go on my Facebook group and do it, okay? And you can talk. Or if you go on my website and plan to be on the Zoom group at the same time, you can talk to each other, okay? Because I have free Zoom groups, okay? It's not for me to be in there. It's just for you guys to meet up.
Just out of curiosity, Jay, why'd you choose the Dummies book over like STC or Kaplan? I'm just curious. If you can put that in the comments,
Sure.
I'll look out for it. I'm just curious.
Lord, thank you for joining the premiere. I'll see you on Tuesdays. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to Oh, hold on. Hey, Mom. That's all right. Mom.com. That's awesome. It's been a while. Wow. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. That is a cup of coffee, baby. I'll take it. Okay. Let me back up a little bit. I gotta catch. Okay. Yeah, Josephine, I can do that. Hold on. I gotta really catch up. Okay. How long should it take you to do the exam? 3 to 4 weeks max. Okay. Okay. Dilly golf. Okay. I'm gonna start moving along a little bit faster to catch up. Dilly golf. The best things, the three things you need to walk in are, you gotta have the options thing written down. You got to do the bond, triangle, seesaw, whatever the fuck you use, and slobs over bliss. I would do those 3 things, or maybe something for the essay, maybe something about corporates or eighths and treasuries at 30 seconds, something like that. Anything that bothers you. The other thing you look at, if you go on my SIE Crash Course playlist, I have a video where I show you how to build the dump sheet for the SIE. But again, if I have a heart attack right now and die, options box and bond, seesaw, triangle, and that's it. Those are the main 2. Anything else is personal. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Long and low, baby. I love it. That's awesome. Okay. I love it. Fucking A. I love it. Love it.
Did you read this though?
What?
Did you read this whole thing?
Yes. What he just wrote?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. That's fucking outstanding.
Amazing.
Yeah. Can I explain whole life variable insurance? Sure. Whole life is you're paying insurance for your entire life. So if you are going to pay $1,000 a month for the rest of your life, and they're going to pay you like $1 million when you die, maybe probably less. Okay. Now the money you put in is invested. Okay. If it's a regular whole life, by the way, it usually wouldn't be whole life. It's permanent variable, but whole life is you put the money, it grows at a set rate, 4%, 5%, whatever it is. And you know what it's going to be. Variable, the money you put in grows at a variable rate based on what it's invested in. So you may earn 5% one year, 3% another, 12% another year. So your cash value will go up and down based on how much the separate account does, or the sub account. So again, but if you die before all the money's in there, you're still going to get your payment. So if you be on $1 million policy and you die a year and a half later, your family gets $1 million check. But what's cool about the variable is that if it grows faster than expected, your actual death benefit could go up from the $1 million. It has a floor; it won't go below $1 million, but it could definitely go above. Okay. This kind of option I will do. Okay. No, I like this. This is definitely something here. Here we go. So now, I own 500 shares, but I'm a bull. Okay, here we go. Where's my thing? Okay. Suitability is the key. Okay. I don't even care about how many. So I own shares of Mo. Okay, at 23. Now I'm bullish, but if bad news comes out, I want to hedge the position. So I'm going to buy a fucking put. Now the question is, sell a call, sell a put, buy a put, buy a call. There's only one answer. Buy a put. So wait, sell a call, sell put, buy a put, buy a call. Yeah. So if you're a long stock, it's buy a put to protect. It's that simple. Now, I'll show you the thing we write down. We all write it down to make sure it never goes wrong, Clayton. We're good to go. Okay. So Dilly Golf, I hope you got that. I know you wrote it twice. The best one is the bonds and the options agreement. Okay, and the options agreement, the options box. Now, this you can write down too, because it'll help. If you're a long stock, you either sell calls. I'll write it this way so you can read it. That's fucking it. If you're long stock, you either sell a call for income or buy a put for protection. There are no other choices. There are no fucking other choices. So if you're long stock and they say income, you sell a call. If they say protection or HIP, hedge, insurance protection. I know that's a bad P, but I'm writing weird. HIP, hedge, insurance protection. If you see those words, you are buying a put. If you hear income, supplement yield, you are selling an option. Do not stray from that rule. Dilly, you can do that too, baby. Okay. Oh, but gear grinders, you got it. Okay, I love it. Thank you. Okay. Josephine, we'll get you. Okay. Oh, am I really? Did I really catch up that much? There's not that many. Okay. It's weird. It's always early and then I really catch up. Okay. We're good. Okay. Again, we're good. Okay. Best prep strategy for Monday. Okay. Okay. Stop taking 2. 1 a day. Now, if you're going to get on the Zoom Saturday or Sunday, right, whenever it is, and Graham, find me on Facebook and shoot me a message. I'll make sure you get in it. All right. So if you find me on Facebook, because I probably won't be able to make phone calls while I'm down there. Okay. So find me on Facebook. I'll have Wi-Fi, and then message me. You go in the FINRA group. You can find me and you can friend me and message me, whatever you want. Okay. Now, or just post in the group saying you're looking for me, tag me, and I'll see it. So best prep strategy, 1 a day. So 1 tomorrow, 1 Thursday, 1 Friday, 1 Saturday, none on Sunday. Anything you get wrong and you're like, I don't get it, find it in the book. If you still don't have it, save it and bring it into the Zoom group on Saturday or Sunday. It's going to be your best bet. Okay. But 1 a day, review the shit out of them. Watch the videos. Watch my crash course. It's going to help you a ton. And make sure you do my brutal exams, Graham. Make sure you do my brutal exams. Okay. Okay. Josephine, you're up next. Okay. If you failed the Series 7 first time and preparing for your second time using past reference, what would you? Okay, Jeff. Okay. 1. Did you use past perfect the first time? If you're still on here, I don't know if you still are. Jeff, tell me if you're still on here. Before I answer this, I need a couple questions. Did you use past perfect first time? If you're still on here, I'll answer it. If not, don't worry about it. Because you wouldn't know. If you use another vendor first, or if you use past perfect again, because I might want you to switch vendors, but whatever. Okay. Josephine. Okay. Okay. Now. Okay. Here we go. Opening. When you walk into a room, do you open the door or close it? You fucking open it. So when you're creating a position, that's an opening transaction, whether it's buy or sell. So if you buy a call, oh, I got a better idea. First move is always open. So if you buy a call, if the first thing you do is buy a call, that's an opening purchase. And then how do you get rid of it? Close. The first thing is always opening. The second thing is always closing. So when you go in a room, you open a door. When you leave it, you close. Close means liquidate. So if you buy a call, how do you get rid of it? You sell a call. That's an opening buy. That's an opening closing sale. Open is first, closing is second. But let's say my first move is to sell a call. That's an opening sale, followed by a closing buy. Okay? So first thing is always first. Opening is always first. Closing is always second. See if I can fuck around with that a little bit more. Now, so I have a video on this. I sure do. But see, it's always going to be the first thing is always open. And the second thing is always close. So if you open buy, that has to be a closing sale. If you have an open sell, it has to be a closing buy. They have to go. Okay. Oh, I just saw you. Yep, I saw you. You found it. Okay. So text. So you need to text me on Saturday, and I'll tell you when it is, Graham. You just text me. So open buy, closing sale. If this is an opening sale, what is this? Why, yes, it's a closing buy. So they have to be reversed, okay? That's all it is remember, closing is getting rid of. So if I say I shorted a call, that's an opening sale. How do I get rid of it? Closing buy. It is not, don't overthink it, okay? Now, I agree. I think it works. Okay, now here we go. I mean, not accredited, accredited, I think, right? Okay. Now, this is, let's see. So first of all, we do this. What's 90% of 50 million? Because if you buy a bond at 90, that's 90% of what it's worth. So if it's $50 million, 90% of that is 45 mil. How much below par is that? That's 5 mil. How many years to maturity is it? 5. So 5 divided by 5, that's 1 million. It's 1 million a year. I bet you. Oh, it's not 50 million. You said 50. Clayton, it's 50M. It's not 50 million. It's 50. I know that M means 1,000. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. Okay? Because the answer is going to be 4K. But here's what it is. It's M. Guys, if you see this, that's not 50 million. In the fucking New York Post it is, but on our world it's not. That's 50 bonds. That's 50,000 is what we believe in Latin. M is 1,000 for a Latin. I think MM will be 1 million. Okay, now. So if we buy a bond at 90 and it's worth 50,000, that's 45,000. That means it's 5,000 below par. I'm being obnoxious on it for a reason. And now remember, so that's our discount. It's $5,000 below par, okay? So you take the distance from par, that $5,000, you take the $5,000, you take the $5,000. So remember, because that's the discount. We figured that out. 90% of 50 grand is 45, $5,000 low. So you take the 5,000 divided by the number of years to maturity, that's 1,000. Then we held it for 4 years. 1,000 times 4 years is $4,000. The answer is 4K. Boom. Well, that's funny. I heard the door close. That's like the. You remember? Did you ever go on Yahoo Chat ever?
Yes, when the door closes.
Yes, when people go on and off in the chat rooms. It's funny. I think they got rid of them just in time. Okay. Okay. So Clayton, does that help a little bit? Okay. Okay. Hensley. Okay. Hensley. Okay. Okay. Isabel's, hope you're still on there. I know I'm 25 minutes behind, but hope you're still on there. Okay. Now. Aye. April 16th, fell to the 70th. Take it May 20th. You're taking it in 8 days. Hopefully you've reread the book. If you haven't, I'd move the test and reread the book real quick. If not, if you've read the book, just start taking finals every day until the 19th. Don't take them on the 19th. It's the same shit every time. Take a final, one final a day. Review the shit out of it. Remember, when I say review the shit out of it, I mean you review both the right and wrong answers. Some people say don't do the right ones. Why the fuck not? Because if you locked in a bad answer by guessing and you don't review it, you're locking in a bad answer. Guessing, getting it right and guessing is worse than getting it wrong because then you think you're fucking right. So take a test every day. Watch my videos. Read the book as much as you can. Read any section that you're bad on. Like if you see a bunch of shit you get wrong on, reread that whole section and go from there. And you want to make sure you're scoring at least mid-70s. Find my 2 brutal exams. I have 2 brutal exams in the practice exam playlist that will help you a ton. I promise you. Okay. I can't stress that enough. Okay. 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 Yeah, I would get, yes. Isabel, if you're still here, I apologize it took so long, but I absolutely would buy a new vendor. If you're memorizing, I would move on because your scores are good. And it can't, actually, you want to test yourself, go do my brutal exams. If you pass them, then you understand it. But I still would get Kaplan just to try it out. I really would. Okay. Let's go. Laura, you moved it up. I saw that. That's awesome. So now, remember, it's going to be this Saturday or Sunday, depending. And then from then on, it's Tuesdays and Sundays. So if you don't see the alert by like 5 o'clock on Tuesday or Sunday, text me or message me on Facebook, whatever it is. This week, you missed a Tuesday. It's fine. It's going to be Saturday or Sunday, but then going forward, it's every Tuesday. Oh, I'm in Panama too. I have to figure that out. Next Tuesday might be fucked up too. We'll figure it out. Okay. Okay. It's you're early on, don't worry about it. It's just harder, it's just deeper. So Natalie, just make sure, just stay. The best thing I can tell you right now is don't worry about what it is, just try to learn. There's a lot of overlap. The first like 5 or 6 chapters, you're gonna see like a lot of overlap from the SIE, which is good. It's good. It's a deeper dive. Just keep doing questions. And remember, it's much more about the suitability and situations and memorization. Okay. Okay. Here. So, okay, this is what I want to do. Dear Grinder, send me a message. Real nice guy. Find my website. Send me a message. I'll hook you 2 up. Okay. Okay. I can do over X. I don't know what Reg G is. I never heard of Reg G. Is there? You mean the G rules? I hope you don't mean that. There's like 42 of them. Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing all of them. But Alexa, I hope you're still here because it's been 20 minutes. So if you're still here, Reg G, the G rules. I have a playlist called MSRB rules. I go through all the G rules. Now, remember TUX, Reg TUX. Reg T is for margin, okay? Reg T is for margin, okay? That is the 50% or that you have 3 days to pay for shit, okay? So that's Reg T. That's for margin for between retail or customers and broker-dealers, okay? Now, Reg U is for the banks to the broker-dealers, okay? So remember, so if you buy $10,000 worth of stock and you deposit $5,000, you're borrowing $5,000. Now, who's really lending you the money? The bank. So the bank goes, oh, this is where it comes in, where the broker-dealer will remember, you're hypothecating your shares to the broker-dealer, which means you're using them as collateral. Then the bank will take 140% of your debit balance. So if your debit balance is $5,000, but you bought 10,000 in stock, they'll take $7,000 of your stock, send it to the bank, and then the bank will give them the $5,000, $49.99, but they'll give them the $5,000. Okay, so that's Reg U. Reg U is it's between the broker deal and the bank. That's rehypothecation. Reg X, TUX, X is if you buy foreign securities with a U.S. customer, they have to meet Reg T. That's all the rule. Reg X is saying if a broker dealer is selling you shares or U.S. customer shares, they have to meet the Reg T requirements. That's all it is. It's nothing. Okay. Mom.com. I love it. Brian, I hope you heard that song. Okay. No. You're good. I got you. Okay. I hope you're still here. Alexa, let me know if you're still here to know if you benefited from that at all. Okay. I know you had to wait 20 minutes for it. I do apologize. Okay. You can still watch them. Oh, now the CFA, I know they have videos on that. I think Kaplan does it. Kaplan Schweitzer does a good job. The CFA is tough. If you need a tutor for that, there's a guy, Joe Nisim, who does the CFA and the CFP. He's really good. He's not exciting like me, but he's good at what he does. Okay. So again, real nice guy and gear grinder. Shoot me a message on Facebook and I'll try to hook you guys up. Okay. Yeah, you know what's funny? Gear, sometimes when people put their personal stuff in here, YouTube blocks it. It's weird how they do that. And I don't even see it. Okay. Yeah, I don't. They just addressed that. I don't know. I think they don't allow it. Message me, guys. Find me on Facebook and I'll connect you guys. Okay. Yeah, real nice guy. You can buy the Kaplan. It's fine. I think STC is better. The SIE for the dummies is great because it's a basic skills test. For the 7, I think a little more. Even though I helped technical edit, I did the SIE or the 7. I can't remember which one I did. Do you remember which one I did? I did the SIE, right?
The SIE, yeah.
Yeah, I helped them write the SIE one. So listen, I helped write that fucker. I was a technical editor for the SIE for dummies this year. So okay. Oh, there you guys. Okay, I think you guys figured that out. Okay, now look, if you can buy Kaplan, listen, if you're trying to learn, if you want to learn this shit, get Achievable by sure. And in reality, the way it goes is my biggest swing, even Brandon, who wrote the shit for Achievable, he's the best. I love this guy. Even though he's on the dark side with the options, but it's fine. He wrote it and he goes, the best combo is buy Achievable to learn because they do a great job. And then buy Kaplan QBank for you can go in the Securities, you hit study tools, you did the drop down, you pay like $50 for it. And if somehow LPL Financial works its way into the promo code as one word, you might get a discount. Okay. FinMinty Law. Okay. That's awesome. She's always had the hard questions. She's ready. She's going to nail the SIE, the 7, and the 66 within weeks. Okay. How can you not have Facebook? But only the cool people have Facebook, I guess. But I think you can put your name in, so hopefully you guys will connect on oh, Graham, you texted me. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. I didn't realize that. And so what happens, it's on behind. Okay. Let me do this first. So Gear Grinder, let me do this one first. Hold on. Remember, CMOs, they pay monthly. They're for mortgages. I'm going to give you a video to watch too, but I'm going to talk about them. Let me do this one. Here it is. This is one of my favorite. I like this video, but whatever. It is what it is. So this will help you a little bit. Okay. Okay, we'll get there. Hold on. I think SpaceX, Okay, hold on, Laura. Stay there for a second. I'm catching up to you guys. Okay. So CMOs, I'll do very quickly, but there, Gear Grinder, there's the video for it. It'll answer all your questions. So your CMO repackages mortgages. You're getting monthly income. That's principal and interest every month. You don't get a lump sum. The big thing is when interest rates drop, homeowners refinance. You have prepayment risk. If rates go up, they don't refinance, and you have extension risk. The whole point is you're getting monthly income. Here's the big one. You don't know when you're getting it because you don't know when people refinance. So it's not really good like if you want short-term income. You have to be willing to take the risk. Watch that video. It'll help a ton. Okay. Jeff, I love that. That's great. I would get either Kaplan QBank to test yourself or get Achievable. I think they're great. And if you do it, if you have Past Perfect already, and then you buy the Achievable, it'll clear a lot of shit up. And then you jump over, and then you do that in Past Perfect questions. You're in good shape. Okay. Here we go. This is a great question. Buck, I got to think. Well, I think you're ready. Here's the thing. Are you ready? I don't know, but I think you are. If you're not memorizing and if you're in the 76s with both Kappa and an STC, you're not memorizing. You know your shit. Go find my 2 brutal exams. If you go into the practice exam playlist, and I have 2 of them, I think it's like, can you pass? And one says chat versus GPT. If you're passing those, you know it's on. You're ready, baby. So the buck, go take it. Okay. The buck. What the fuck you waiting for? Okay. 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 For the 7. Where am I? Here's a couple questions that'll help. Okay, here's one. This is a tricky questions you might see in the exam. I'm just going to leave it at that. There's a good one. Those are tricky questions that could be on the 7 or versions of them. I show you how to work through hard questions. Where's my fucking crash course? Here we go. Here is my crash course playlist for the Series 7. Those actually start watching the day before. Okay. Okay, Joe, I will get you. Don't leave. Okay. Ah, that's awesome. That's awesome. He's got to be sick of watching my shit. Because when you're done, you're like, why do I have to listen to this guy? Okay. Oh, it's OID you must accrete. Oh, original issue discount, which is basically, there you go, Gear, which as she remembers that. That's funny, the Yahoo chat. Yeah, that was some bad shit back then. Okay. IOD, OID you must accrete. I think it works. OID you must accrete. And if it's a premium muni bond, you must amortize. If it's a muni OID, because the OID pretty much means it's issued below par or a 0 coupon. If it's a muni, you're not paying interest on that accretion. But if it's a corporate or treasury, you are, because that's interest. Okay. Let's see if I can find the brutal exams. Hold on. I think I should be able to find these fuckers. Where's my practice exam playlist? No. Here it is. Okay. If you roll down, yeah, it's in here. I have a bunch of exams in here where I take them online, and maybe another one coming out soon. Okay. Okay, Isabel, stay there for a second. Hold on. Now, there's 2 exams. One says, I think it says, can you pass this exam? Let me just plug it in here. Why don't I just do it that way, right? Okay. Here's one of the brutals, which I promise you it'll help you a ton. There's one of them. And then the other one is, where's my GPT versus the 7? There it is. No, that's versus this. Here it is. I call them brutal. That's what they are. If you can pass them, you're good. Okay. Max gains? Yes, absolutely. Go in the 7 playlist and follow them. Okay, hold on. Catch up, okay. Josephine, I'll see you. Remember, it's either Saturday or Sunday. Make sure you have notifications on, and make sure you check the post tab after. Okay. James Lee, yes, I have a cheat sheet for the SIE 7 options box, and the SIE and the options box and the bond triangle seesaw. That's going to be your biggest things. Okay. So now, if you're in the membership, make sure you have notifications on, Isabel, and make sure if you don't have them around, if you're doing the 7 on Sundays, it's either check, because I don't know when I'm doing it. I'll try to put a post out. You know what I'll do? I'll warn everyone on Friday night when it's going to be. So make sure around 7 or 8 o'clock on Friday night, everyone, check the post or the membership tab on my channel, and you'll see it. Because if you don't have notifications on, you won't get alert. Also, guys, if you're subscribed, you might as well hit the bell, like my shit, made me feel good, and hit the notifications and hit it all notifications. You'll get my videos. I don't spam them. I don't throw out like 20 videos. I don't put like 40 shorts a fucking day, like some people do. Okay. I try to limit what I'm putting out to you. So if you have no notifications on, you'll get alerted to shit I do out there. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. She is here. Okay. No, I know, but there's so but the G is that's the G rules. I hope the TUX helped, but the G is 42 of them. So that's what they mean. Reg G, there's only Reg G, unless you meant T. Reg T is the G rules. Yeah, I know there's so fucking many of them. But by the way, I do a good job. I don't bore the shit out of you. Okay. Okay. So I just put it in there. So customer counts, Graham, watch the crash course. And I think I put customer counts in there, but I want you to read the customer counts. Okay. I want you to read the customer counts. Okay. That's the big thing. Okay. I want you to read the customer counts. And again, everyone, if it's STC, it's 2 and 14. If it's Kaplan, it's 13 and 14. That's what you want to do in another day. Okay. 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 Well, SpaceX is what's coming out in June. Is it a definite IPO? I don't know if I can't remember if it's definitely happening or not. But remember, here's the big thing for this test. Everyone watching this, if you have a job, you can't buy on the IPO. I can because I don't work for a firm anymore. I don't work for a broker-dealer anymore. Jeff can. But if you work for a broker-dealer, you cannot buy in an IPO. You can buy after it starts trading, but you cannot buy in an IPO. Nor can your family members, your immediate family. Your niece, your uncle, your nephew can, as long as you're not paying their bills. Okay. AMT, no, the tests make it way harder. Just remember, AMT means that if people have a lot of money, they might have to pay taxes on some revenue bonds or limited partnerships. So if you are rich, you might have to pay tax on revenue bonds. You will not have to pay a tax on a GO or a public purpose, but if it's a revenue bond, you might have to pay taxes. So that's what AMT is. That's really how deep it goes. So again, if someone's subject to AMT, you will not give them, you probably should not give them a private activity bond or a revenue bond, find public purpose or GO. Well, I know the acronyms help. That's what I'm telling you, that's in the guerrilla style. Okay. That's in all the crash course playlists. Okay. Oh, that works. Graham, that's great. That's how I do it. But that's the only problem is I hate him, but that's okay. But if it remembers, that's all that matters. Okay. Wait, general ledger, stock records, customer information, and same. You have that? General ledger, blotter record. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Do you remember customer records and customer information and stock records are in there? So that works. Just make sure you try to remember it. Okay. Yes. I would watch the Series 7 or the SIE playlist, whatever it is, in that order. That's the best way. It's like a story. Okay. Okay. No, it's not on the website. It's on my YouTube. Now, the one thing is, if you're taking the 10, the membership's not going to help you all that much. But you can come in and listen and get some of the, you can, when we talk about mute, you can, if you come in the membership and you ask Muni questions and stuff, absolutely can help you. That you would join that membership. I used to do a principles one. But I just was like, I can't keep doing memberships. Okay. Okay, I like that. I would say corporates and munis are 3360. Treasuries are actual. Corporates and munis are 3360. Okay. Best thing to write down. I'm after 90. Okay. I would find if you go in my crash course playlist, I have a video. Because some of the stuff you go, okay, I can keep going over it a bunch of times, but if I do, I forget. I don't want to miss. I don't want to list a bunch of things. Like I always say, no matter what test you take, whether it's an SIE, the SIE or the 7, you want to put the options box and the bond triangle kind of thing. So I think in my crash course, I think I have, yes, my dump sheet. By the way, so where's my man? Where's my other guy? Where is he? What was his name? Deadcraft, come back on Wednesday night. We'll talk about the 66. The buck, we got this. Where's my guy? Where's my guy who wanted a dump sheet one for the SIE? I forgot where he was. I don't see him now. Oh, James Lee. This video here is good for both. Okay. 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 I think you can become a CRA. Okay. Okay. You need 6 years. So if I'm looking at it right, if you do not have a degree for the CRA, you need 6 years of experience. If you have an associate's, you need 5 years. If you have a bachelor's, you need 3. There you go. Okay. We don't need to light a candle for you. Isabel, you're going to rock this thing. We're going to see you on Saturday or Sunday, and you're going to show us how good you are. You're going to do the 2 brutal exams, and you're going to rock this thing. Okay. Max, we're going to end soon because I do have a phone call with someone in about -2 minutes. Okay. So the highest of, oh, Kennedy. I love when we almost end on a big one. Hold on. Here, we're going to give you a famous person saying it.
I passed the Series 7! That's what I'm talking about. Bring on the fireworks! Woo! This is how you celebrate. Confetti everywhere. Thank you, everybody.
Everyone would rather have the song. And by the way, since we're in portrait mode, it's not as perverted as when we do landscape because it's really just right on the fun bags. Okay, now, okay. CRA is a certified research. What is it? Certified research administrator, I think. I think that's what it is. Here, unless it's a CCRA. I think it's certified research. Okay. Okay, so here's the deal. So just understand how it goes. So very easily. If you buy the lowest one, the $5 one, I don't count. That's the SIE stuff. But if you buy the $24 one, you get my amazing option to change your life, okay? If you jump up a little bit to 34, you get that plus a 1 class at 6:30 Eastern on Sundays. If you jump up to $49.99, remember, this is a month, not per class, $49 a month. I've kind of worked it out. The pricing works out to be about $8 a class no matter what. So if you do the $49.99, you get the 6:30 regular and then the 7:30 options. If you jump all the way up to $99, that's going to be that we also meet on Tuesdays for about 50 minutes right before the live, and we go over anything, options or other stuff. And remember, anything you go up, you get everything below it. Okay. Did we hit? Oh, hold on. Graham, we're going to rock. We're going to see you this weekend. Boom. Okay. Love it. Okay. Love it. No, I love the questions keep me around because if you don't have questions, I said you have to talk to Jeff all day long and nobody wants to see us. Okay. 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 If you're going to do Franco tomorrow, here's the thing. If you're going to do the membership, just do, if you want to meet 1 time a week, we meet on Mondays. That's $34. That's a good one. But if you want to jump up a little bit, if you do the 49, we meet on Mondays and Thursdays. Now next week it's a little screwed up, but we meet on Mondays and Thursdays. So it's either 34 for one time or 49 for 2 classes. You get both. Okay. That's the best part. There's no extra videos. Pretty much everything you want for other than the membership is free on there. Franco, look at that. Look at this. He beat me. I was 19 when I took mine. That's awesome.
That's crazy.
That is outstanding. I'll give you a cheese. Let's go with oh, this will get me banned, but here we go. I love that shit. Mashups are my weakness. I mean, that's why I like the 2 cellos, guys. I like this stuff. I mean, I didn't realize that everything's on what they call a 4/4 beat, but it seems like the Bee Gees, you can put any rock song against Bee Gees and it kind of works. When were you born?
73.
So you might have heard them a little bit, right?
Of course I've heard that.
Well, no, you were like, no, I don't mean older, but when they were actually doing stuff instead of like hearing it at the end.
I hear my parents.
Like 8. It was probably when they got like we're starting on their good and down. You were probably 8 or 9. So
yeah,
you probably were listening. I mean, I wasn't much older. It was a little bit more, but okay.
There's noise in the background of the car rides.
Yeah, if they was FM was finally a thing in the 70s. and
8
80s.
tracks. 8 tracks.
Okay. I remember I was younger and I was and I didn't know anything. I must have been really young. My cousin, girls are always more ahead of guys, always, right? I was telling her what station I listened to. It was like, she goes, AM? What the fuck? But and I didn't even know what FM was, I think, at the time.
Really?
And I was like, it was like, whoa. It's like I'm listening to fucking old me. I'm listening to old songs. Okay. Louisville, I have a shitload of free stuff. All my content for the 6566 is free for now. Okay. The membership for the 6566 is just the classes. So there's no, if you don't want to do the classes for whatever reason, then you don't have to pay don't do any membership at all. I like to mention the membership. I don't like to spend the whole time talking about it. Okay. Okay. I think we hit it.
A rich man and I have been a poor man. Let me tell you something. There is no nobility in poverty. I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich every fucking time. Because at least as a rich man, when I have to face my problems, I show up in the back of a limo wearing a $2,000 suit and a $40,000 gold fucking watch. So you listen to me and you listen well. Are you behind on your credit card bills? Good, pick up the phone and start dialing.
That's it. That's how we end the class. Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing, people. Now that you passed, that's your fucking job. Okay, everyone, I will see you. We'll figure, pay attention. I don't know if it's going to be Tuesday or Wednesday when I do this next week. We'll figure it out. Because I'm going to be in. I don't have it set up. Panama. Okay. I'll see you guys later. I love doing this. It's again, I love when it's busy. So Graham, don't anyone feel bad about spamming questions, because I like that. It keeps us going. It keeps us awake. Everyone, you'll have a good night. And don't forget, if you need help just setting up a study plan, check the guy below. If you go on my website, capadvantagetutoring.com or series66exam.com, you will get him, and he will if you book a lesson with Jeff, you will not regret it, because it's not about tutoring.